very difficult to get the white rook in the game. He's a great defender, Jan Nepomnichtchi. He always has been. And especially in the candidates matches that he was, and the candidates tournament, he was so successful. He drew so many games from positions of weakness. He held on. Can he hold on here? Black is a pawn up. Lots of checks incoming. White lacking threats, and the white knight forced to retreat. The black queen cuts across the light squares. And there we go, a step in the wrong direction for Esipenko.
And now he's got less time on the clock as well. He's running out of pieces. He's running out of the time advantage. And Andrei Esipenko suffering here. You know, this match could still go either way, but it looks like it's going to be Jan Nepomnichtchi right now who comes on top.
And he couldn't even take the pawn on e5 as well, because that would lead to the minor pieces coming off, and there's even less to play with when he needs to push for a win.
Yeah, the position repeating itself.
He just repeats, a draw would be enough, but Esipenko cannot allow that. To your point, knight takes pawn would lead into certain pins along that file, or a bishop takes knight trade, equally good enough to get that draw in. He needs to keep the knight on the board.
And it looks like he's reduced to pawn pushes here. The white queen cannot move for the black pawn stepping forward. Discovered check. The white knight has tried dancing around ineffectively. Will he push one of these pawns now, Esipenko, to try and ask some final questions? He's now down 30 seconds on the clock. The board, he's down a pawn as well. Looks like everything's stacked against him.
And you've got a feel for Esipenko right now. You know, coming in as an underdog in this match, both times that he faced Jan Nepomnichtchi here in Riyadh at the Esports World Cup, and doing it the first time, and so close the second time as well. And this Armageddon has been pretty much a Jan Nepomnichtchi show, right? With the white pieces, Andrei Esipenko hasn't managed to really get that advantage, those complications going.
Oh, and the queen's coming off as well. Esipenko reacts and fist pump already before the game even ends from Jan Nepomnichtchi. He believes that this queen trade is going to guarantee him safety.
From table smashes to fist pumps, it's been quite a journey for Jan Nepomnichtchi in his match, in his battle to make it to the quarterfinals.
It's not over yet. The black bishop is relatively bad, stuck on dark squares, protecting all of its pawns. Yes, the black c-pawn is a pass pawn. It's going to be blockaded by the white knight, though. The white king super active. I think that celebration might be slightly premature. He's still a big favorite. He's a pawn up when a draw is sufficient, but he's trying to force it now. He's bringing his king forward. He's given up a pawn to liberate the black bishop. Tanya, it just feels like the white army here just doesn't have enough to break through.
You want more pawns on the board. You want to make this a fight, but it almost looks like if black's able to give up the bishop for one of the pawns, get the other pawn from the king, that would also end in a draw. And I think that's the idea of defense that was trying to be set up. And look at that, the e3 pawn comes under attack. The knight will be forced into passivity to defend that pawn now. Jan Nepomnichtchi, if king takes pawn, it will be the black king that will start marching up the board. He's doing this perfectly. And Esipenko, I think the realization is setting in that he's going to be out of the competition.
Beautiful from Jan Nepomnichtchi. Really active defense here, giving away the black pawn just to force the white king back. As soon as the black king starts stepping forward, there's going to be no way for white to make progress. The black c-pawn is going to be a decoy later. It's going to save itself and march down the board to deflect the white army. But for now, perfect defense here, perfect blockade. White struggling to break through. Black bishop going to hold everything.
And there it is, the c-pawn moves forward. It is going to be a distraction. The bishop beautifully placed there as the pawn marches up. Jan Nepomnichtchi putting the finishing touches to this one.
And that black c-pawn just so strong. Knights struggle against pawns towards the edge of the board. The black bishop prevents any checks from the white knight. We might see this ending king versus king. The clock, though, as well against Esipenko as the white knight goes so passive now.
Yeah, Jan Nepomnichtchi today has definitely used one of his 9 lives. It's unbelievable. One of the wildest turnarounds that I've ever seen in a match.
Esipenko, all he needed to do was grab a free rook in the previous game. It was there. It was hanging. It was looking at him. That victory, and here we see a repetition. That means Jan Nepomnichtchi goes through.
And the grind from Jan Nepomnichtchi, clutching that match victory there when it all looked so glum, never giving up, always